Hey there, Roger Burnley, vocal coach here. I'm here in my studio in Hollywood, and I came across this question that I want to answer for you guys, and I'm hoping that I'm interpreting this correctly to give you a really good answer here. But the question was, I'm scared I might sing something too hard for me and hurt myself. Now, I'm not sure if they're saying too hard meaning that the song itself is too difficult, or if they are singing much too hard. Regardless, I'm going to talk about that. Okay. Which means that you guys are probably paying attention to me in terms of making sure that you're protecting your voice. First of all, understand you'd have to be doing something really incorrectly for a long time or for a while for it to really cause some damage. Now, I know you've heard about all the major artists who have lost their voices. You hear it constantly now about these singers who have to cancel their tours because they're experiencing vocal cord hemorrhages. That's become the new thing that's happening now. But most times in the past, it's always about nodules and that developing on the vocal cords. However, it takes a long time for you to start to develop those, and you have to be really performing, singing a lot for that to happen. Think about this. Think about how long it might take for you to develop a callus somewhere. It means that something is rubbing together in an unnatural way, and over time that skin starts to harden and you start to form a callus. So that's the same idea. Not exactly what happens, but it's how I like for you to think about it in terms of your vocal cords. So you would have to be doing that for a while. If you're touring, and this is typically what happens with a lot of the singers that you hear this about, they've been touring, they've been doing show after show, concert after concert, and then something happens. So you have signs, you know something is going wrong if after singing you're hoarse the next day. That's what used to happen for me many, many years ago. Okay, I knew something was wrong, and so I had to get some help to correct that. But I damaged myself for a long time, but my voice did recover. So the voice can recover if you start doing things correctly. So the thing is, if you start feeling really fatigued, if you start feeling hoarseness the next day, you're doing something incorrectly. So you need to stop and either get some help, try to figure out what's going on so you can start to address that. But you don't worry. You're going to have signs. You're going to have things showing up. You're going to see that maybe after a certain point, you're not able to hit your highest notes anymore. Something's happening. You're losing some of your range. That's improper technique. Now let me show you something here. I'm going to say, now if the question was about singing too hard, then let's do that one, okay? I'm going to just do a bit of this on an Now what I'm doing there is that I'm training myself to not push up to get those notes. I'm thinking I'm pulling those notes down. That way, I'm not going to end up singing too hard. I can create a lot of volume, but I'm not going to end up hurting myself. Let me do a little bit more. As long as I'm thinking I'm letting go and coming down, I'm going to develop a different habit, so I'm going to be less likely to hurt myself by singing hard. Again, I hope that answers whatever way that question went. I hope that gives you a little more insight. But if you're having trouble over time, you need to get some help to start to correct it. Alrighty, see you soon.